Ugh.
We gonna wait a little second. Give us one as I'm setting this up. Oh yeah. It is game night. Game night. With we got the host of the baddest sports show podcast in the house. We got
Yo, 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 yo.
EJ Gagne in the house, and we got your boy Everett right here. You know what I'm saying? The father of this podcast. Okay. Give us 1 second. We about to get started. Man, what a night. What a night. What a night. It is Pelicans talk tonight.
Yes, sir. Pelicans basketball, man.
We might we,
Pelicans
we might have
basketball.
to show our face, EJ, because our your for whatever reason you don't have anything for the people,
Oh, Lord.
and that just looks
Oh,
bad for audio. Let me make sure I put the lights on in the truck so I can be able to, because you know.
look, man. Y'all want to see this
Oh,
beautiful
people gotta
creature.
see. People gotta see the host. I mean,
Yeah,
that just
you know. Hey.
they gotta see the host of the baddest sports show podcast. You know, everybody's used to seeing us come on. When they see us come on, they always see us talking about the Saints. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I thought we would give the Pelicans some love. This was your idea to make sure that we keep up with the New Orleans Pelicans and the things that they're doing. What did you
Got to.
think
Got to.
about last night?
Hey man, that was a very exciting basketball game, man. It was, in case y'all didn't know, it was on TNT last night, man. A national televised, basketball game. So, we had played the Memphis Grizzlies, man. What a game! Ja Morant, I ain't gonna lie, was playing, like how Ja Morant does. He put up a good 35 up in there. But look, those Pelicans showed that they are a team. They are a complete basketball team. Now the thing is about yesterday, a lot of I saw the interview with Charles Barkley and Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq Barkley.
Oh my God! Oh, don't make me throw up. Don't
And
make me
Shaq,
throw up. I
and
saw
Shaq,
it.
and Shaq
Oh my
on there,
God!
So
They they can't play together. They can't play together. I know you. I know you know. I was watching the game. I mean,
yeah,
wow.
man. Well, see now, I want to talk about what they were saying there. Like, it was crazy because Chuck won't get on there and talking about how he feels at the beginning of the season that the Pelicans are a sleeper team and that they're going to go ahead to the conference finals and win it all. Now all of a sudden, you hear him kind of backing off of that and talk about the Pels don't look like they're quite ready yet, like to make that next step in the playoffs. They feel that they're going to the playoffs, but not that next step. Well, look, I heard a lot of Pelicans fans too on Twitter talk about, it's amazing how, we look like the team that made the playoffs last year in that game last night without Zion, and I agree to a certain extent that, it's been tough, to integrate Zion, within this lineup. Zion is a big piece. They're still trying to figure. It's early in the season. Zion came off his injury and everything, and they're trying to figure out how to, make that big lineup work. You got Big Valanciunas in there, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, and now Zion. That's a lot of space taken up on the floor.
Jackson Hayes,
Yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of big guys that's in there on that
Carmen
court.
Gomez.
So Willie Green, I loved your rookie season. I loved your rookie season as a head coach. Oh, you did a wonderful job. But this is the year I need to see him take the next step. to where this Pelicans team can be consistent and start, going on a run. And it starts tonight because you won last night. Now you got to get to a second win, okay? And you're on a 2-game win streak already, but you're at home. This is a 3-game homestand right now. So Willie Green's got to really figure out what his lineups is. I think he's struggling trying to put the right lineup out there. And I love the lineup of CJ Herb, Mr. Herb. I mean, Zion, Big Val. I love that lineup, but is it too much space out on the court with Brandon? Is that too much space? What you think about that, Dad?
Well, um, I'm thinking that we should play CJ off the bench a lot. I mean, a little bit more.
Mm, mm.
Running Alvarado as the point guard because
Ooh.
yes, because Alvarado for what I don't know for whatever he brings so much energy to this basketball team, and
Mhm.
they make completely he's just his presence out there,
Yeah.
and the guys just love to play. He's a pure
He had
point
a
guard.
hell of a game last night, man.
Yeah, he's a pure point guard, and you got to look at McCollum is a combo guard, so
Yeah.
he's not a natural point guard. He's a shooting guard. He's naturally being in the shooting guard position,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying that we should bench McCollum. I'm just saying that more often we should see more of Alvarado at the point guard, maybe McCollum at the shooting guard,
Yeah.
and have some of these guys like Herb Jones come off the bench, or one of them guys come off the bench. Somebody
Yeah.
got to come off the bench. It's not nothing bad being the 12th man.
Yeah.
Championship teams that we've seen in the past, they had many great guys that came off the bench that was the 12th man. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I just think the Pelicans are so deep that we can. I like this guy Dyson Daniels, man, and he just have
Hey man, I'm
playmaking.
not gonna lie.
We,
Let me give you a shout out real quick because you was one of the first people to talk about Dyson Daniels actually getting some minutes this year. I didn't think he was actually gonna get some minutes this year due to this is a doggone roster, and I didn't think there was a lot of players that was gunning for the spot where he's trying to get in right now, and that man is making noise. Ever
but
since,
Najee Marshall is clearly the guy that I would sit down. Um, you
yeah,
know, I love Najee. Najee is a great guy that's going to be good for the playoffs. A guy who's going to create a lot of energy and fouls, and when we need him to foul. But he is clearly not the guy, the talent that needs to be out on the floor. The
yeah,
talent that needs to be out on the floor is Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels' creativity. He reminds me of an upgrade over Ben Simmons. He has the
mm,
ability to pass. He's a big guy who can play. He can actually play the point guard position, and
mm.
that's a guy that we could look to play the point guard position also. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
mean,
he's a big guy.
he's a really great defender, man.
And is
Doggone,
a
like
great defender.
great. I
Great defender.
mean,
Having him and Alvarado at the same time, oh my God.
yeah, man, and you can see Fred Vincent's already been working on him with his shooting, man, because that's been the biggest question with him coming into the league is could he, improve his shooting? And he's already. I seen last night he made a couple of threes, man, so he's already getting that under control. So if he can get that, straighten out, that's a complete player right there, So, that's I mean that's a good observation.
I know Ben Simmons wish he had Vincent.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I think it's more than even that now. Though with Ben Simmons, Ben Simmons is just. I think he's still thinking about his injuries right now. I really
Right,
don't.
right,
He's
right.
not being like confident into what the player that he was going into the NBA. Man, he's not the same person right now. He's got to get right with himself, and mentally, it's just as important as physically in a game of basketball or any sport. So man, but like I said, last night's game was awesome. Now, when I tell you that was playoff basketball, it had a playoff
Wow.
basketball feel to it,
Man, the
man.
atmosphere, the fans,
Yeah,
and also proud being on TNT, a national audience.
yeah,
The way the fans, there's a downer right now because of the Saints, and
yeah,
the fans are just waiting to see a winner, and
yeah.
I'm just so proud to see how the fans have embraced all the negativity about we cannot host a basketball team and a football team. You can
Right.
throw that out the door.
Right.
Seattle trying to get our team and stuff like that. I think New Orleans has proven, and that they are proving that they are a sports city, and
Mhm.
this is going to lead to some other great things, son. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years, if this basketball thing keeps getting better, that we even get a baseball team. So
You never
let's just
know.
keep growing,
Hey,
New Orleans.
you
Let's keep
never
growing.
know, man. If we can keep showing that support, and that's the biggest thing. People feel like New Orleans is always just in on football, and that's why a lot of these sports teams haven't got the notoriety that they need. But if we can continue to support all our teams, man, that's in college too. Support Tulane along with LSU. We know
Yes,
LSU's
yes,
the big
yes,
school, but support
yes,
Tulane as well. Support your
yes,
HBCUs, man. Southern and Grambling, man. Support them. So
yes.
I mean, look, who that is? Oh,
That's
that's
Rudy,
Hoodie.
Rudy Judy.
That's Hoodie.
Uh, and let me tell you something. One of the things that's so underrated about New Orleans is one of the things with any city you win. We saw that with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Right,
When that city was juvenated and energetic because they had got a basketball team, and that started with the Hornets a lot. With the Hurricane and
yeah,
displaced, and then the Hornets. They thought we was going to lose the Hornets at that time, and they wound up going over to Oklahoma, and that's where Chris Paul and them ended up over there, and
right,
they wound up showing the world, the national, that a small market team can actually support. I'm
right.
proud of seeing New Orleans. You bring a winner to New Orleans, they have proven that we can sustain winning here down. If we win, we will support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I just think if we just keep doing what we're doing, that's this going to be a big door open for New Orleans with other sports. I mean, I would love to see a baseball team in New Orleans. Um, you know, uh, even a soccer team. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah,
want to see
look,
some other
that,
stuff.
that would be awesome, man. I know we had minor league baseball for a little while, with the
Yeah, we had the
Zephyrs,
Zephyrs.
and then they changed their name to the Baby Cakes and everything. So, um, and that didn't last long. So, that would be really nice. Yeah, like I said, it's all on New Orleans though. That's all on the fans, man. If we can continue to support teams and come together, it's not always about the Saints, and that's why that was my biggest thing about even putting this on here. On our podcast, we're gonna support everybody's team.
Oh yeah,
Like
man. It's people were hurt in Tulane lane. You ain't got nothing to feel shame about. That
right,
team competed.
yeah,
USF competed. Tulane, they showed out. Both teams did not embarrass on national TV. They were very competitive. I'm proud of both of them. That
mhm.
American Conference is actually showing out this year, and it's going to be another showdown tomorrow. Actually, man, I wish we could cover the Tulane game tomorrow. Tulane is playing on national TV against SMU on
Yeah,
ESPN.
that's
So
hey, and also, but after that game, they got to face Cincinnati, and
then they got
Cincinnati,
Cincinnati. I mean, wow.
so that's
So
hey,
who knows? Sugar
Tulane,
Bowl, Sugar
yeah,
Bowl.
Tulane's got a lot on the line right now. They still trying to get them a New Year's Six game. We want a big bowl game. Hey, all
Man,
these
after them
other
days of
bowls,
just seeing LSU winning the state of Louisiana is gone. We should not want that. We want to see when you see Alabama supports Auburn,
yeah,
Alabama, Southern
yeah, they
Miss.
supported
They
together.
they
Right.
why I said Southern Miss, but they but they
Well, I
support
mean, you can say
Alabama.
the same thing about Mississippi because
Yeah,
Mississippi
Mississippi State.
they support Mississippi State, Southern Miss, and Ole Miss together.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
you
And
know,
there's a lot of room in the state of Louisiana, even Louisiana Lafayette, that we
right,
can support these other schools. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
And they matter just like LSU matter. And how about them fighting Tigers, man? How about them Tigers? We
Yeah,
got an
man,
opportunity to get in the BCS if we control our own destiny, basically.
most definitely,
Right, EJ?
most definitely. Look, I said it
I
last.
think somebody got to lose, right?
Well, look, I last Sunday I said it because I was talking. I mentioned them about in the Saints game. for the Saints pregame, and I was talking about, how well LSU is doing and everything. Well, LSU right now is in a prime position right now to win out. If they win out, they already clinched, the West Division in the SEC. So they're going to be in the SEC championship game. The next thing is if they beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, they have a chance to be in the playoff. They and that would be amazing. That would be the first two-loss team in the college football playoff era to get in.
Since LSU BCS.
Yes, BCS
With
in
Nick Saban.
2007. Yes.
With Nick
Yes.
Saban, the last time Nick Saban won the championship in LSU, so that would be awesome for Louisiana State. I mean, when I tell you there were so many people that wrote off the Tigers, I mean they literally was shaming Jaden Daniels. There was so many horrible tweets on Twitter. So many. I want people to apologize to Jaden Daniels because the beginning of the season they were talking so terrible about the young man. They were talking about putting in Nussmeier and even the rookie Howard. They were even trying to. I mean, this was just a disgrace how they was treating this young man.
But you got to credit Brian Kelly in that
Brian Kelly.
Staff,
oh my God,
they have really they coached Jaden Daniels up. And they coach to his strengths. They let him go ahead and, do what he does best, and his legs is his best quality of him. And then they helped him, see some things out there on the football team, on the football field to where he can use his arm as well. People didn't know he could throw like how he's throwing now, I mean, and he better be, throwing that football with all those receivers LSU got this year, man.
Right, man. They are so athletic, and that young man Perkins. Oh my God!
Harold Perkins, man, he's just a freshman.
Listen, he's a freshman, but he's like a game changer. He's a franchise guy. He's a guy that I know that's going to be in the number 1, number 2 race in the draft. Did you see his closing speed? The way he gets after the quarterback, how he knocks, jaws the ball loose. The young man is so athletic. It's just it's unbelievable. And I was thinking about Jaden Daniels. That would be a nice pick for the Saints. A guy that nobody thought about, like in the late round.
If he can continue to
secondary round.
The thing about Jaden Daniels, I feel like he would have success in the NFL if he's with a good coaching staff. If he's able to continue to get coached up, he will be dangerous in the NFL. Now hopefully, I mentioned this too last Sunday. Hopefully, if we do grab somebody like Jaden Daniels, we don't need Dennis Allen to be coaching him up because
we ain't gonna doubt. Look, let me tell you something. I tell you this. Look, and you know me, I'm Mr. Optimistic. If they wearing the old throwback jerseys that they wore when Drew Brees played. That's the 67 jerseys. And they're wearing them jerseys. Let me tell you something. They never lost to them jerseys. And I'm just thinking in my mind, hey, you know what? We go out on and beat the Rams. The Rams don't have Cooper Kupp. This is an opportunity for the Saints to go ahead on and get that fool. And 7, it may not look sexy when everybody gave up. But let me tell you something. It's not over because we have lost to all AFC opponents. Mm-hmm. And if the Saints go on a run in the NFC and just beating the NFC, we can actually shock some people. So I haven't given up. Was disappointed. I know it looks rough. I know it looks nasty. I just haven't gave up yet. You know what I'm saying? I know Saints fans are just, oh my God. And Dalton steals the quarterback. Yeah, Andy Dalton is still the quarterback. Dennis Allen made the decision today to stay with Dalton. He said,
that was crazy.
On like a short leash.
Crazy decision. I did not think that was going to happen. But look, Dennis is still sticking to his gut. He said that Jameis Winston is not 100% healthy from what he heard. So he's sticking with the guy that he believes is healthy. And look, he's not gonna. He means he's not throwing Jameis Winston out there if he's not at 100%. So I mean, I can't blame him in that sense. So look, the Saints are. They're 3-7 right now, but they can still manage to 10-7, they can go ahead and go on a run and win out 10-7 record, or they
Yeah,
can just
and
go
some
ahead.
people think we're bananas for even being optimistic and even talking like that. But let me tell you something: in football, you a fan, you always got a chance. Okay, as long as you're not eliminated, you always got a chance. Remember,
I mean,
the
it ain't
Saints,
over until it's over. It's
the
never
Saints
over
have
until it's over.
lost. They lost to AFC opponents in the last couple of weeks, and that really don't matter. Okay, the AFC opponents is when you win, you have to win these NFC games like the Rams. These NFC games were tiebreakers. This is the games that you got to win. So hopefully we can pull it off. We'll get back to the to the Pelicans tonight. Now we're playing the Bulls, and
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball has not played. We're going to talk about these Bulls. Lonzo Ball,
Oh.
all the criticism and all the money that they were telling us to throw at Lonzo Ball,
Mm-hmm.
is he another Zion Williamson? Because at the end of the day, because he has not been on the court. Matter of fact, I think he's worse than Zion because even with the Lakers, he had a history of injuries, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah,
right?
most definitely.
So
Most definitely.
my thing is this: New Orleans have took criticism for not signing him out. I mean, just think if we'd have signed him, there wouldn't be no Alvarado. Okay, there would not be an Alvarado right now doing what he's doing with this team. Okay, Jose would not be on his basketball team
Right.
if Lonzo would have made this team. So
Right.
things happen for a reason,
Right.
and I just think, what do you think? Because we do have in the Batter Sports Show Facebook, we do have Jay Chris, and he's a big Bulls fan, and you know how he likes to
I
rub it in
wish you
about
could
the
have brought that man on here, man. But yeah, look, the thing about it is, yeah, Alonzo Ball, man. I mean, it sucks for him because I'm not gonna lie to you. Lonzo actually looked like he was doing pretty well with the Bulls. He looked, better off with the Bulls. The Bulls gave him, they have Zach LaVine and they got, DeMar DeRozan and everything going on. So that kind of takes the pressure off of him and stuff like that. But thing is with Lonzo has a lot of questions going on around him. Can he be healthy, man? And he's got this knee injury he's dealing with, man, to where I've seen articles talking about where he said that he woke up a couple of mornings and he just felt like he couldn't walk no more, man. So I mean that's alarming. I mean, forget
that's
basketball in that
very
moment. That's life right there. That could impact life right there. So I
What,
mean,
what, what
hopefully,
what's going on with his brother? Because his brother is injured also. We haven't heard from him neither.
yeah.
The young,
Well, LaMelo, yeah, the brother over there in Charlotte right now. I heard he's just coming back. He had his little injury problems, ankle injuries with him. But
you don't see the
he's
father interfering lately.
you don't see the father really, interfering so much. Lavar. I kind of compare him to you every 504. The big energetic dad that just loves his children. And just wants the best from his children. But you don't see him really coming out so much and talking about his kids or anything like that anymore. But LaMelo looks like he's gonna have the better career right now. I mean, right now he looks like he has the better career right now over LaMelo, man. I mean, over Lonzo. So I like I said, it sucks right now for him. And speaking of injury, Zion's missing another night
It's
tonight.
minor. It's minor. I found out about the injury and I did my research. I knew you was going to bring it up tonight. It's actually a rest. His foot is out. And he's going to be out for the next two straight games.
Mm.
It's an actual sprain. It's a sprain, and they want to rest him. They don't want to. They don't want to make it worse. It just breaking news just came across the screen. Okay, so I just saw it. He's out today. He's going to be out for two straight games. They want to make sure that this doesn't become something that occurring. It's an ankle sprain, and with a big guy like him, there's no need for us to rush Zion this year. We got the luxury with this deep roster to actually not even have Zion out there every night. We can go
Mhm.
every other night with Zion in this kind of season. That's the luxury of the depth on this basketball team. I want to see more like more Dyson Daniels. I want to see more. I want to see more of these other guys because Zion gonna be what we need in the playoffs.
Mhm.
That's what Zion go. We gonna need Zion for the playoffs. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be the thing about that.
I ain't worried about no season
Right,
because
yeah, for the
LeBron
season,
and all them, yeah, they
for
ain't
the
worried about
season,
season.
Zion is not what you would say, okay, that you really need in the season. You need him playoff time and everything. And if that's what they need to do, they need to rest him up and get him right, uh for the playoffs, then hey, that's what you got to do. But with Zion though, I think a lot of fans kind of getting a little scared. I ain't gonna say frustrated right now, just getting a little scared because just because of the fact they want to see him more with this starting lineup. They want to see them mesh together a little bit more. So like I said, get him healthy, make sure he's straight and everything. But I do myself included. I do want to see Zion be able to go ahead and run with that starting lineup and see if it works out or not. Because I've also seen a lot of trades going on. A lot of like trade rumors talking about like if let's just say the Pelicans don't figure out what's a way to incorporate Zion in that lineup, then you have to think about making a move there. And the odd man out in that lineup, which would have to be, and I hate to say that, is Big Valanciunas. Big Valanciunas is not a stretcher. He doesn't stretch the floor like.
I ain't giving
Um,
up Val. I ain't giving up Val.
I wouldn't want to give him up either. But
We're gonna need him against certain teams like when you play the Nuggets, right? When you play
mhm,
Joker, you need him for that kind of guy like Joker. There's certain guys in the league that you're gonna need Big Val for. I understand what you're saying, but if Jackson Hayes is a guy that I'll be thinking about trading because we're really not using Jackson Hayes. Okay, so
yeah,
his
yeah,
value, yeah. Jackson is really not being used. I love Jackson.
yeah.
But what are we really doing with Jackson? We really holding his
I mean,
talent.
Jackson had plenty. I really feel like Jackson had plenty enough time, plenty enough years, to really assert himself and make him, make the coaching staff say, "Hey, you are going to be the starting center." That has
And you
went
can
out
get
the
more
door.
from Jackson. You can
You
because
know,
he's a young player. You could get more out of Jackson than you can get out of Val. Val, nobody wants that contract Val got. Okay, that's going to be a hard contract to actually trade. He just signed a 3-year extension with the Pelicans. So I don't think too many teams want to bite for that. That's
mhm.
why I said that's why I don't think you're wrong. I just think that Jackson Hayes makes more sense
Well, I'm
when
just speculating.
it
Like I
comes
said,
down to economics.
me personally, I wouldn't want Big Valanciunas gone at all. But
Right.
I'm hearing on Pelicans Twitter, I'm looking at it and everything, and they're just throwing out ideas,
I hear him say it. I know what you're talking
because
about.
it's been like, a lot of Pelicans fans have been going into the season hype, okay, and I guess a lot of Pelicans fans want to see the Pelicans hit like a 12-0 start. That's
Everything's great on paper.
and look, hey, I understand that Pelicans fans, but look, it still takes a little bit of time, Like, I love what we at right now. I mean, hey, it's not 12-0, but hey, it's definitely not no
It's better than one and
two
one and
and
13.
12 or 1-13 and all that. I would take this any day over that, So, it's just the Pelicans are just trying to figure out how to go ahead and find that right lineup, and when they do, they'll be ready come playoff time. You know, it won't be nothing that we have to question or worry about. You get it done now, early in the season. You have to worry about that later. So I'm glad this is we're having these discussions now, so that when playoff time come around, we won't have to be sitting there, figuring out what's going on, what's wrong. So like I said, me personally, I wouldn't want to get rid of no doggone Big Val. That's my dog. But at the same time, There will need to be a rotational change, or either you keep the same lineup or the rotation changes, or you make a trade. And right now, I'm leaning more towards a rotational change. So I don't know about you, Evan. You sound like you're on you muted your mic.
Some of these guys got to come off the bench. Some of these, like I said, it's not like I said. Herb Jones would be a great 12 man. He
Mm-hmm.
don't bring a lot of scoring to us, but he bring a lot of energy in defense. Okay, so when you talk about, I mean, our sharpshooter,
Yeah.
Trigger Trey is a starter now. He's a starter. I mean,
Ooh.
I'm not. He's not coming off the court no more. Okay, that's just
Ooh.
my opinion. Trigger Trey.
Okay, so hang on. If you say that, then you taking Herb out of the lineup for Trey. You would
Right.
rather you would rather
I,
see Trey. Wow.
I
Hey,
read a scoring over the. I
over
read that score.
defense. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
because he brings Trigger Trey brings up bring that and I'm not taking Herb off the from the equation, but I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you
most definitely.
th-
That's your six man coming off the bench right there. So
there's
yeah,
there's a lot of great players that's 6 men.
yeah, yeah.
I think we underrate how great players have been in the NBA as the sixth
Hey
man
man, that's your
in the
glue
NBA.
guy. When you talk about the six man in the NBA, that's very important. Just as important as the starting lineup,
Much as a
because
starter.
once your starter comes out, who you gonna have left coming off the bench? You need a spark off the bench. So, yeah, heck yeah, you need somebody off that bench right now. Right
I mean,
now,
even Westbrook is better off the bench rather than starting.
yeah, yeah, and it's
Even
crazy
with
to
the
say
Lakers,
that. It's very
they
crazy
are.
to say that Russell Westbrook is out there playing six man, which is crazy. So
Man, let me tell you something. I have seen some great 6 men. Let me bring up some. There are so many of them. So many great 6 men
mhm.
in the NBA. Was it the guy for the San Antonio Spurs? White boy. What is his name? Start with a G.
Talking about Ginobili. Yeah,
Ginobili.
Ginobili came off.
Ginobili played
Yeah,
all his years as a starter
yeah,
and wound up coming off the bench.
yeah, and
And he was like averaging like 20 something points a game.
he was a very
And he
key
was he
part
was
of that.
beasting it off the
Yeah,
bench.
yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of great players that come off the bench and they play well. So like I said, I just think that the Pelicans have so much deep rotation. And you can go a night where Herb Jones is the starter. You can go a night where he's on the floor with Trey Murphy at the same
Right.
time.
Well,
That
and then too, you got to think about it. Is Willie trying to make these lineups depending on his opponent, or he's just
I
sitting
think
there?
so. I think so. That's
That's
why
what
you
I
didn't
would
see
do.
JV. You didn't
Yeah,
see JV.
yeah.
I had to ask people, was he injured?
Right, right. So I mean that would be great. Stick
Nance
lineups
was
out
starting.
there.
Nance
That,
was starting.
yeah, like pick somebody that like pick some lineups out there that are matched up with the other team's lineups. And then it worked last night, like you said. It was because what the Grizzlies are gonna do. They're gonna go down up and down the court on you. They play fast paced. John Morant
I
is
love
just a.
John Morant, but he's too much like Allen Iverson to
Let me
me.
let me get your take on John Morant, man, because a lot of Pelicans fans see John Morant doing a lot of great things out there in Grizzly land, and
That's good. That's good for showtime, but it's not championship ball.
mm,
It's not championship ball. He hasn't learned, in my opinion, how to make the team around him better. Okay.
hmm,
See, I have seen that team win without him and keep winning while he was gone.
that is
He has
true.
not.
That is true.
See, he's an all around talent. He's a great scorer, and he can put up the numbers with the best. That's what Allen Iverson was.
Right.
And you can put up all them numbers, but when it gets down to crunch championship ball, is he gonna ball hawk or is he gonna facilitate, get other
Right.
people
Right. Right.
involved?
Right.
I just don't see that in that young man yet. He's showtiming right now. He's doing a
Hmm.
lot of spinning around and stuff, which it looks great for TV and it's
Right.
awesome
Right.
for
Right.
ratings. I
Right.
mean, wow. It is awesome for TV, awesome for ratings. And look, for those who come in, if they ever see the replay on this, I am not insinuating that he's a bad player or anything
Mhm.
like that. I'm saying that that kind of play does not that doesn't add up for a championship.
Generate championships.
Okay,
Right,
Kobe Bryant made his players better. Jordan made his players
better.
better.
Yeah, right,
LeBron made his players around him better.
right.
I have not seen, because people are gonna say, well, Memphis was almost to the championship. Well, Memphis have a deep team like we do,
Yeah,
and they played half of the year without John Morant.
yeah,
And I mean, go look at the record. I'm not lying. It's like
yeah.
20
Well,
something.
I'm glad you brought up that point because a lot of people talk about Zion's injury history and everything, but John Morant has been
Has
injured too in his
Yes, he
career,
has. Just
and
by
no one mentions that.
Nobody mentions that because he has played a little bit more than Zion. He's been on the floor, and when he's on the floor, he's just magnificent.
Yeah,
Out. He's like, we haven't seen nobody like him since Jordan. Back in the days before Jordan learned how to be better for the team, Jordan was like that. Jordan
hmm,
was like Allen Iverson and them, or nothing but a bona fide scorer. But he
right,
had to learn the game how to make other players around him better.
right,
And that was
right,
one of the criticisms that you had got from Charles Barkley and the guys last night was the fact that John Morant has not learned how to make other people better.
yeah, yeah,
It looks good. I'm telling you, man. The box office, man, it looks awesome. 36 points.
right,
You know what I'm saying? You dunking on people. You showtiming. But
right.
look at the other players. Did the other players get better around you?
Right, 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 right. Hey, I mean that's a good take. I mean, let me ask you this: Zion, John Morant. Are you if you were the head coach or the
You can't
GM
lose with either one of
of
them.
the New Orleans Pelicans, and let's just say we redraft that year, you still making Zion your first overall pick, or are you making John Morant your pick?
I'm going to go back with Zion because I'm going to tell you why. Because in the long run, I just believe the big man is always the best way to go in the long run.
Mm,
Okay, you can always get a guy like a John Morant, a scoring guy. You can get that kind of guy in the NBA. You may not get one on his level,
right,
but you're gonna get somebody who can put up points. Okay, you got
right,
somebody like CJ McCollum put up 30 right there with him. Okay,
right,
but
right, right.
you're not gonna get a Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson is like Barkley, Karl Malone, Shaq,
Yeah, yeah,
all that
yeah.
shit in one. If he can just be
Stay healthy.
healthy, the
Right.
dude is dominant. He's like averaging like 29 points. The dude, every time I see him, he got 29 points. He can't never get 30, but he
Yeah,
always got 29 points.
yeah,
Okay, so I just thought, I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and backtrack. Oh, I love John Morant. I would
yeah,
have, me personally, I'm still going with Zion. I just think that Zion just has not, he hasn't reached his peak yet.
yeah,
Morant is reaching, man, levels.
yeah,
Durant, Morant is on a level as an Iverson.
yeah.
He's on that level already. The dude is unstoppable. But
Right.
the problem I say, and like a lot of criticism he's getting from the national media, is the players around him. Are they going to get better? Okay,
Yeah.
because they're doing it without him. He's on a deep basketball team, and they
Hmm.
should be the number one seed this year. They should be knocking off Golden State. They have the team. They have the talent. They
Hmm.
should be the team to beat. Okay. I was so proud that the Pelicans was able to go toe to toe because I picked Memphis to be the team to beat this year, and they
Yeah.
really disappointed me. Many ways. I don't really think they're gonna be as good as they was last year. I think that
Wow.
teams
Well,
are.
I like I said, I think this is gonna be a great rivalry for a long time in
Oh,
the
it's gonna.
NBA.
Well, you just talked about rivalry. Is it
Yeah.
really a rivalry? Let's just be honest. Come on now. When Brandon Ingram, when, I just got to say it. When Brandon Ingram plays, the Pelicans are 6-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Zion Williamson play, the
Undefeated.
Pelicans are 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Undefeated. Yeah.
I mean, are you gonna talk about Memphis last year beating a undermanned Pelican team?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
don't know what rivalry we talking about
Yeah.
because like I said, they look sexy, they look good, they look athletic. They look everything. They just a young team. They just look
Right.
flashy. They look, but they don't really go well against the Pelicans
Yeah.
when the Pelicans
I
are
mean, yeah,
healthy.
you make a great point on that because you see certain teams that play another team, and there's just certain teams that are just, that match better for against
Yes,
another
it's
team,
kryptonite. It's called
Yeah.
kryptonite.
Yeah,
It's
and it
kryptonite.
looks like the Pelicans just have the Grizzlies numbers, man. Like
We have never matched well. The Pelicans have always had trouble with Utah. I don't
Mhm,
know why, but we were split with them. We'll go back and forth with them, but we have
mhm,
trouble with Utah. We we in the past we had trouble with the Lakers. We got better last year with that.
right.
We have trouble with the Clippers, but now we
Mhm.
didn't start. We got better last year with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Pelicans have certain teams that like Golden State. We definitely had trouble with
Oh,
Golden
most
State.
definitely, most definitely,
So we
definitely.
normally get mutilated by Golden State.
Yeah,
So, but this is a new year.
yeah.
Last year was a new year
Well,
at the end.
I can't wait to see that matchup, us with Golden State, and when they're fully healthy. Because
Oh
last
man,
time
oh
we
man,
played,
I really think we're gonna run them. We're gonna run them down the team,
I really want to see that because
and I want us
now
to be
look,
healthy with Zion when that happens.
mind you, we played Golden State not too long game. We won the game, but they wasn't playing their full starters. Klay Thompson and Curry was out,
That is
but
correct.
but we're gonna play them again this month on the 21st, I believe. And it's gonna be soon. Man, that's going. If everybody's healthy, Zion comes back, he's ready to play, and then they're gonna let Steph and Klay Thompson and everybody play. That's gonna be a good match to see. That's a good measuring point for the Pelicans to see where you're at, in the season. You're going against the NBA championship team, so you want to go ahead and measure yourself to see where you're at. And that's gonna be a good matchup, man.
I fear the Portland Trailblazers more than I fear Golden State. I know that sounds weird.
Oh.
Portland is my sleeper team. It's not. It hasn't been a secret that was my childhood team back when I was young. But let me tell you something. This team, oh my God, Rip City, Rip City. They in 1 year of the horrible debacle last year,
Yeah.
losing McCollum,
Yeah,
losing
I'm
half.
I'm amazed that they're doing so well right now. That McCollum's
Man,
gone, and they
the,
done been able to add some
Dames, man,
additions.
Damian Lillard and this team. I don't think that they're gonna go too deep because, like I said, they still have not addressed giving Dames that other superstar.
Right,
Okay,
right,
they got a
right,
great bench player. They're building similar to us, a lot of great little young bench players and stuff like that.
right.
But they're very fun to watch, and they
Yeah.
give us trouble. They give us trouble. I couldn't believe we lost them, but they gave us a lot of trouble. I think
Hey
the
man, well
Pelicans need to get off
Josh
the.
Hart over there, so Josh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to be a
us a
fan
little
of
bit.
Josh Hart. We always going to love him. If we can get him back in the trade some kind of way, I would always welcome Josh Hart. That's the only one I would want back.
Right,
That's the only
right,
one.
right.
I don't want none of them other suckers back. They can stay where they're. They can stay where they at. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, it's crazy too. I haven't heard much from Nikhil Alexander Walker,
Oh
man.
man, and I was
He's
so
over
high
there with
on
the
him.
Jazz, so
I was so high on him.
oh yeah. Hey, I was very high on him too. I thought he was gonna grow into being maybe what CJ McCollum is right now, but no, just couldn't get there, man. And sometimes you gotta make sacrifices like that. And that's why I say with Jackson Hayes' case is that we've been waiting on him. We've been waiting on him to bloom. I mean, it's good. When the trade deadline
But
comes,
he
I
but he
wouldn't be
has no
surprised.
he just really don't have the numbers. He's not really getting the minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said, and even Herman Gomez, that's another guy that we got
Yeah,
on the bench. That
Willie, big
I mean,
Willie.
did you see him in the summer league? Did you see how he was doing out overseas? He was
Yeah,
dominating
he
overseas.
was the MVP in the
He was
Euro
the
League.
MVP. This
Yeah,
is a guy we got on the bench that was an MVP on
yeah,
over the summer league team. So I'm just telling you that we have so much potential on this basketball team. So many great. I mean, if I'm Willie Green, I would be kind of like it'd be kind of difficult from me being to actually get the right players on the court. That's because you
Right,
got so
and
much.
that's what I was just trying to allude to earlier because I was talking, I like everybody's getting mad right now, and they're like, Willie, come on, man, we expect so much out of you, but like, this team is loaded. I mean, do you know
What's
how
going to
hard it
happen if the
is for
Lakers?
Willie
What's
Green?
going to happen, son? If the Lakers, what is going to happen if the Lakers do not make the playoffs and they have the worst record in the NBA, and we hit that ping pong, and we end up getting the
I've been
kid?
watching that, man. Look, the
Oh
Lakers are
my God!
3-10 right now.
And so we
Wimbenyama,
got. I mean,
Wimbenyama's
what we
out
gonna
there.
have from? We're gonna have to trade off some people just to make room for him.
Exactly, man. Look,
That's how deep we are.
do you?
We're gonna
I
have an
mean.
all-star bench, a starting all-star bench, man.
Man, look, did you see that kid Wimbenyama for France, man? The dude is over 7 feet tall, and he's out here dribbling like he's a point guard out here, man.
And then his shot is just flawless. His
Yes,
shot is
I mean,
flawless.
imagine him with this lineup already, man. And I seen an article on Bleacher Report talking about the Lakers are already scared that the Pelicans may wind up, getting the
Do you
best
blame
lineup.
him? Do you blame him? Oh my God! You already see. This is what happens when you go out there. See, God don't like ugly. When you went out there, tried to rape poor little New Orleans. You tried to rape poor little New Orleans. Went over there, tried to take our star player, and you see LeBron. You see what happens now, and you went over there and you go get that little cheap ass championship ring. That ring that you got that nobody got to see because that was the COVID-19.
Yeah.
I mean, was that all worth it? Was it worth it,
Was it
LeBron?
really
Yeah,
worth it?
you got your ring. You got your ring. I guess it was worth it. You got your ring because nobody can take that away from you. But goddamn, man, your future is terrible. You ain't got nothing to build from.
I mean, I've never seen many teams struggle this much. Like a team struggle this much after a trade like this. I mean, initially,
David Griffin, right?
Pelicans fans was panicking initially after the trade, but man, I mean, like now, I mean, I see a lot of Pelicans fans now, like, man, David Griffin, you done your job, man.
Man, they was trying to run David out of New Orleans. But Pelican fans are the Saints fans. The same, but they've been ready. They don't give nobody a chance. That's like if Dennis Allen was to turn this thing around all of a sudden they're gonna just turn around. I knew he did. He was the coach. They part-time lovers. That is what New Orleans is, part-time lovers. They, like I said, I knew it was going to take time. Yeah. I knew it was going to take time with the Pelicans. Yeah. Okay? You just didn't think that was going to be overnight, okay?
Right.
That man had to deal with a lot of different
moves. He had to really remake this whole roster, man. Look, you had Lonzo and Josh Hart and all that core come, but then you were able to flip that, man. For all these young assets that you got right now and all these draft picks that you have coming up, it's amazing. That's a really good job by David Griffin.
B Slaughter, don't you be done. Don't be done because I'm maybe I can make you happy about this, B Slaughter. Remember that the Saints lost to all AFC opponents. Majority of the losses that they had was to AFC opponents. You lost these 2 back-to-back games. That's not going to affect you. Remember, if the Saints beat the Rams, and now that the guy, what his name, the wide receiver for the Rams, is out.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is out. If the Saints win this game, they're 4-7. You right in there with the Packers. Yeah. You right in there with the division. You go up there. You got to play the 49ers. You win that. That's 5. You going on a streak, and you 9-7. You wind up 10-7. What you gonna say then? See, I don't give up, man. I don't give up. I'm a Saints fan.
I really feel like
fan. I ain't going to sleep yet,
anything less than a 9-8 record.
I'm telling you,
it's not.
You can get in. They can miraculously get in.
You can still get in with a 9-8 or 10-7 record.
I know we was all upset Sunday and we was all crying and shit, but that's what fans do. It's okay for you to be upset, Slaughter. Same thing with Pelican fans. It's okay for you to vent. because you earned the right to be a fan. Nobody should tell you how to hurt. Nobody should tell Saints fans and Pelicans fans how to hurt.
I mean, B. Slaughter said, Aaron Chana, look at his chops.
Yeah, he look at his chops, but if you run the football well and you don't get and you able to throw screens, Aaron Donald ain't gonna be able to touch Andy Dalton. So we just got to get the ball off. Look, Aaron Donald will get Winston. For all that case, you might as well do Wildcat with Taysom Hill. You're probably gonna see more Taysom Hill this Sunday than Andy Dalton. You're probably gonna see Taysom Hill.
Look, man, the Saints got to do something, man. Like,
when the last time y'all seen Taysom Hill? We haven't heard from Taysom Hill since the 4 touchdowns. They never even went back to the man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So maybe this is a game. Maybe this is a game we go back to Taysom Hill and let it be the Taysom Hill show. Just because Andy the starting quarterback don't mean he's gonna be the quarterback. That's all I'm saying. And let me tell you something. They said that if Andy struggles, they're not gonna hesitate to put in Jameis Winston. So
exactly. So
they did say that.
Yeah. So look, guys, all you can do as a fan right now is just be optimistic, man. Look, don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up on your team.
You know, just you never know what can happen. It's any
because I don't like no fans who give up on their team and then when we start winning.
Hey, it's any given Sunday out there. we just saw the Commanders beat the Eagles. Who would
ever thought that?
You know, so
but that's that division, right, EJ?
Yeah.
Division opponents.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, you think the Saints gave up, man? Y'all think them boys just gonna give up? Nah, they want to win too. They want to turn this season around, and DeMario Davis and all these guys. Trust me, I really believe that. The B Slaughter said the NFL on that Taysom Hill project. No, that they're not, because they didn't run it enough. They ran up the middle. When Taysom Hill go across run to the sideline, they have not stopped that play. They stopped the middle play, but they have not stopped that play to the outside. I disagree with you, B Slaughter.
Oh,
that Taysom Hill play, it has not been stopped yet. It's just they've been going up the middle. Every time they go through the middle, I don't understand the Saints. You try to kill a man.
Like I said,
and
man. Dennis got to figure it out. Look, he got to figure it out soon, man. Because he's putting himself in a deeper hole right now. You know, because I really thought he was gonna make a change, and like immediately this week. But you know, if things don't shake out the way it shakes out. I mean,
he's already said that he was gonna consider changing it. So you could best believe at halftime you're gonna see Jameis Winston.
Shoot, he probably even sooner than that. Maybe a second quarter.
Even sooner than that. If the game I'm telling you, the man ain't gonna just lose his job over no quarterback. Trust me. He gonna at least try to go out fighting. So, we might, and this might be the best thing that happened to Jameis, because when Jameis come back, I could bet you he gonna come out there firing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I could bet you money.
He gonna probably play the best he's ever looked.
He gonna play the best. He
gonna have that fire in his eyes.
Sure it is. And then we getting Landry back a second game, so that's gonna be better. You know, like I said, you're going to that game. This game.
I also heard too in Saints news, David Johnson got signed.
Yeah, that's good for the Saints. That's good to get a veteran running back. And I'm hearing Mark Ingram is activated, so he's back. That's the reason why they cut both of the running backs. They signed David Johnson and they got Mark Ingram back. So hey, we get some healthy people back. Okay. So I just want Saints fans to not so fast, Saints fans. You get that fourth victory. 4-7 look better than 3-7, 3-8. So you get that 4-7, and you go get that fifth win. And these are winnable games. These are not the world.
Yeah, well, this is your easiest part of the schedule, you know, as well too. Biggest thing is take it a game at a time. You know, right now the Saints should be just thinking about only the Rams and only beating the Rams. You know, that's all they need to be thinking about right now. So I mean, like I said, we'll be getting into them suckers, soon. We'll be discussing with the rest of the panel, I'm sure, about how things going on with them and you know if everyone else is giving up or not. But hey, you done blacked out over there. Every 504, you good? I think we lost him for a second there, but yeah, guys, look, tonight we came here on this podcast, man, to let y'all know, man, that we're gonna start streaming these more, man, and start giving some more shine to these Pelicans, man, because they deserve it. Every Wednesday, guys, we're gonna start doing this whenever the Pelicans play Wednesday or anytime, maybe Thursdays during the week. Anytime that I can go ahead and get these Pelicans, in there, I'm gonna try to go ahead and get them in there. The Saints, we're gonna continue to do what we always do with them Saints every Sunday. The season's still going on and everything. So, like I said, we're gonna continue to go ahead and stream our sports. Go ahead and celebrate our teams, man. Because it's more than just one team going on in the state, man. And look, doggone, these Pels are exciting, man. Like I said, last night was a really fun game, man. I was excited to see Alvarado strip, Mr. John Morant and do the two little pose on him, man. It was exciting, man. So, like I said, guys, let's start supporting these teams, man. I'm actually trying to start getting the rest of the panel on here. They always want to run. They always want to run when we talking about the Pelicans, man. But when the Saints come up, we get them on here. So I'm gonna start, trying to fix that too. I do too. Every 504, if you're listening or if you're back in here. But I do too. I want to get Uncle Henry on these Pelicans ones too, because I know he's a big
Pelican. Him and Jay Chris.
Yeah. I would love to get them two on these Pelican ones during the week. Like I said, every Wednesday we'll start going ahead.
We'll just start letting the guys know what we're going on, because they don't be knowing. They don't know that there are a lot of people gonna catch the replay on this, and like I said, I'm gonna share it to the group, and I'm also gonna share it to Twitter, so people will get a chance to know that we talking Pelicans. Like I said, we just did a random. Of course, you've been put this out there, so
yeah.
A lot of like I said, we got a lot. We don't get as much as we do with the Saints, but we gonna get it. We gonna get it together.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Because you got to remember, there's a lot of other guys calling the Pelicans game, and we in competition, so we got there's
I said, we gonna get it
we
right.
The new kids on the block. We the new kids on the block. Before you know it, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. We just got to get past this year. Once we get past this year, people gonna start noticing us. We ain't worried about
right.
Numbers don't mean nothing. It's all about doing what we doing. Okay, just keep doing the videos, and we gonna get out there. We ain't worrying about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing.
I ain't worried about that. We good over here, man.
That happened to me with my Indian page. With my Indian page, I started with 5 subscribers. Then I ended up with 3,000. So you know how that go. You know, it takes time. It takes time for people. People got to get time to get comfortable with you, and actually know they learn who we are, because they got their favorite podcasters, and they keep going to their favorite podcasters. But we gonna weave them away. You know what I'm saying? We gonna weave them away, son.
Hey, man, look, we been here, man. We doing this, man. Like I said,
we've been doing it.
We done already then grown plenty, So
yeah, and we starting from scratch. We doing it the hard way. We're not doing it the easy way. We're not going on certain things, asking people and doing all. We're actually trying to earn our subscribers. Okay?
Right. We taking it day by day, man, and it's working out. Like I said, I enjoy the people that actually tune in and that come, and listen to us, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do the game. They want us to do a game cast podcast. We're gonna do that too. We just hopefully.
Look, they slaughtered the commissioner. Look, let me tell you something on that. The game cast. What I think I'm gonna do is one Sunday, and we're gonna try this season. One Sunday, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stream the game while we're on here. All right, and we'll see how that works. If that works out well, then we'll continue doing that. But I'm gonna let y'all know which game we gonna pick to do that, and we'll do that. We'll try that to see
Only
how
if
it
they
works.
make a run for the playoffs. Only if they make a run for the playoffs, we'll do it.
Yeah, now if they playing bad,
the same start at the same time the
if we
season around,
know
then we'll
for
do it.
sure, if we know for sure they're not making the playoffs and they get eliminated, we ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna try to do that. But if it's looking like we still competing out there and we still trying to win some football games, we're gonna pick a game and we're gonna try that. We gonna try that because I think you probably the second this probably the second time I heard you bring that idea up, man. And the panel brought it up last time too. So I'm gonna see how that goes. We'll see how that works out. Now if it don't work well, if it don't work out well, then look, we ain't even gonna try it no more. But it won't hurt to try. That man said, "Well, that's over with." I bet he had already gave up on this safety, man. Oh man.
Difficulties, EJ. We might as well get ready to close it because
Yeah, man. The
I'm getting
game.
nothing but bad audio.
Yeah, man. The game about to start anyway. But yeah, man. Flock Nation, hoop that, man. Who that? Go Tigers, go Green
Remember to
Wave.
subscribe, Flock Nation.
Y'all subscribe, man, and y'all keep tuning in. Like I said, man, this is the Pelicans pregame show right now. But like I said, we'll be back on here Sunday. Back with the Saints. With their pregame show and their postgame show. We'll go ahead and get started like that. But every Wednesday, remember that, guys. Pelicans. All right. I need to start seeing more fans supporting these doggone Pelicans, man. All right. Love y'all and see y'all, on the flip side. Y'all enjoy the game as y'all gonna watch the game tonight, man. And like I said, see y'all Sunday.